Most people do everything right. They show up to work every day. They save money when they can. They avoid stupid decisions. They follow the advice they were given, and yet nothing changes. Year after year, the same balance, the same stress, the same quiet panic when an unexpected bill arrives. This isn't laziness. This isn't failure. This is what happens when you're playing a game you don't understand. And the worst part? The game was designed this way, the moving walkway. Let me explain this. Imagine you're standing on a moving walkway, not the kind at the airport that helps you, the opposite. This one moves backwards. At first, you don't notice. You're standing still. You feel fine. You think you're being responsible by not running around, not taking risks. But here's the problem. The walkway is moving, slowly, constantly. If you stand still, you're actually going backwards. Now imagine someone told you, just stand there, don't move. That's the safe choice. You'd listen because it feels right. Standing still always feels safer than moving. But months go by. You look up and somehow you're farther from the exit than when you started. This is how money works for most people. They think they're being careful, responsible, smart. But the ground beneath them is moving, and they don't even know it. The system has a name. This isn't a metaphor. This is mechanical. Here's what actually happens. You earn money. You spend money. You try to save what's left. But while you sleep, while you work, while you live your life, that money is shrinking in value. It's not emotional. It's not personal. It's just how the system is built. Every year, the money in your account buys a little less than it did the year before. Rent costs more. Groceries cost more. Insurance costs more. You got a 3% raise last year? Congratulations! Everything else went up 4%. Did you lose? No, you just didn't win fast enough. How people get stuck. Let me show you the loop most people are trapped in. Step 1. You earn money. Maybe it's a salary, maybe it's hourly, doesn't matter. Step 2, you pay rent, you buy food, you cover insurance, utilities, subscriptions, the basics. Step 3, if there's anything left, you save it, put it somewhere safe. Step 4, repeat. This feels responsible. This is what you were taught to do. But here's what nobody explained. Your expenses grow faster than your income, not because you're reckless, because the cost of staying alive quietly increases every year. That apartment you rented 5 years ago for $1,200, it's $1,600 now. That grocery bill that used to be $80, it's $120. Your car insurance, your phone bill, your student loans, everything creeps up, slowly, steadily. And your salary? Sure, maybe you get a raise, 2%, 3% if you're lucky. You're not falling behind because you're bad with money. You're falling behind because the design of the system makes it almost impossible to keep up by simply working and saving. The invisible trap. Here's the part that breaks people. You do the responsible thing. You save money. You put it somewhere safe, a savings account maybe. You don't touch it. And you think, I'm being smart. I'm building something. But that money isn't building anything. It's sitting there, quietly losing value. Not because the number changes. The number might even go up slightly with interest, but because what that number can buy is shrinking. This is the invisible trap. Saving feels like progress. It feels like you're doing the right thing, but saving alone is just holding still on a moving walkway. Time is not neutral. Time works against idle money. And here's the disturbing part. This was never explained to you. You were told to work hard, save money, be responsible. Nobody told you that being responsible by itself wouldn't be enough. Nobody told you the game had a timer. Who escapes? So who escapes? Not the people who work harder, not the people who save more. The people who escape are the ones who understand one thing. Money that moves grows. Money that sits still dies. Let me be clear. I'm not going to tell you to buy stocks, start a business, or invest in crypto. This isn't about tips. This is about the structure. Some people own pieces of systems. They own parts of businesses, properties, ideas, things that generate value while they sleep.
Other people rent their time. They trade hours for dollars. Both can work hard, both can be smart, but one benefits from time passing, the other fights against it. Most people play defense their entire lives. They protect what they have. They avoid risks. They try not to lose. And that makes sense. That's what you were taught. But the people who escape, they play offense. Not recklessly, not emotionally. They just understand that in this game, standing still is the riskiest move of all. The uncomfortable realization. Here's the part that's hard to hear. The system doesn't care if you're a good person. It doesn't care if you work 60 hours a week. It doesn't care if you sacrifice, if you hustle, if you do everything right. The system rewards understanding. Not effort, not virtue, understanding. Think back to the beginning of this video. You probably knew someone, maybe it's you, who does everything right and still can't get ahead. Now you know why. It's not because they failed. It's because they were never taught the rules. They were told to stand still and be safe. Nobody mentioned the walkway was moving. The mirror moment. Most people aren't broke because they made bad choices. They're broke because nobody explained how the game actually works. You were taught to trade time for money. You were taught to save what you could. You were taught that working hard and staying responsible would be enough. But the rules are different than they told you. And now you've seen them. The question isn't whether this is fair. The question is, what do you do now that you know? If this changed how you see money, you'll want the next one.